Welcome to Your Life Story, a space to explore the journey from survival to authenticity. I'm Sajine, and here we dive into the raw truths of breaking free from the expectations we've grown up with, rediscovering our voices, and thriving after life's challenges. But this isn't just about my story, it's about life, from relationships and self-discovery to the messy, beautiful questions we all face. No topic is off limits here. So if you're ready to embrace courage, healing, and living life on your own terms, you're in the right place. Let's connect. Let's grow. Welcome to the journey. Welcome. I want to thank you for being here with me. And I want to say it's been one of those weeks. And I'm so glad that I get to spend time with you guys and be able to, find clarity, right? That is going to be my new project, being able to offer my clarity sessions, because I believe that sometimes we just need clarity. We have the answers. We're strong and intelligent. But sometimes we just need something or someone to listen to us and help us make those choices. So today I'm happy because this is part 2 of the podcast that we left off of, did you ever stay hoping they'd change? It's important to be able to talk on the second half because I have so many things for you. And just a recap of it is sometimes we spend so many years, and something I've learned is people like to blame us. They like to say we chose that person or situation or job, church, wherever you're going through with this. And I don't think so. We chose something good. Yes, that we chose. But we didn't choose to be abused, disrespected, or hurt. In no way. And I'm here to say that I'm here with you and I'm listening to you. Why? Because you're important to me. And I believe that I have such drive to keep moving forward. And I'm here to help along. Why? Because now I know that I've always been that helper and the healer and the leader. And putting all those together makes a very strong person. Yeah, I do get hurt. Why? Because I have big, beautiful feelings. Feelings that encompass so much. And unfortunately, people, when they see that, they want to hurt you. But guess what? I'm learning about emotional intelligence and how that I cannot be just led by emotions. I have to also be led with the facts and stuff that will help me move forward. And I want you to move forward. And talking about that, this is the second part where I have practical steps, gentle ways to start walking away or rebuilding. If you are feeling the ache that comes with staying, here are gentle, practical steps you can try right now. These aren't just cold instructions. They're bricks to steady you as you decide. Number 1, small boundary, big effect. Start with one small boundary this week. For example, I will not be spoken to that way in my home, work, church, anywhere. If the person crosses it, take the agreed, calm consequence, leave the room, end the call, pause contact. I want to tell you how much that tremendously helps. I've been implementing that, and even today, when someone decided to point fingers at me and say that the reason I'm going through this much pain is because I chose it. So I did what I've been instructed. You repeat the same thing that they told you. You pause And then you say, really, you really thought that I was choosing to be abused or hurt. Let's just say this individual paused and didn't know what to do. And then I know I could hear them because I was on the phone. And they were just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just called me out. But then I knew they were sorry without them saying sorry. But I felt good because I actually put that boundary in place. And instead of just staying quiet like I usually do, I actually stood up for myself. So go out there, set your small boundary. It gives great effects. 2, name it out loud to someone safe. Tell one person you trust what you're experiencing. Name reduces shame. I can't tell you how much that really does help. When you say what is going on, it brings so much relief. Because if somebody came over to you and told you the same thing, would you shame them? No. You'd be there to help them. And so it's great to be able to have that friendship, camaraderie, even just human experience when somebody can be there for you. 3, create a facts file. Write down dates, incidents, and feelings. This clarifies patterns versus pain. I can't tell you enough how important that is to write it down, because as humans, we forget. We have so much on our plate that we forget things, or the other person just is thinking, oh, let's just lay low until it smooths over and then I'll go back. No, write it down, because once you read it, you're like, oh, no. Here we go again. Nope, I'm not going to do this. 4, test accountability. Ask them to join counseling or to allow a trusted friend or pastor to speak in the situation. If they refuse accountability, be cautious. Now, this is one that I believe you have to be very careful. As far as counseling goes, and if you're married, I don't advise it if you are married to somebody who is a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath, because that is their playground and they're going to make it so they come at you. Go on your own. But this is for when you are doing counseling, when you're both wanting to do something better in your life and grow. I think it's very important, but be careful with the individuals you speak, because the moment they start blame shifting at you, then you need to be very wary of them, especially if they only want to give the other person, I guess, the rights instead of you. It's very, always go to someone who is trauma informed. 5, protect your finances and logistics. It is so important. Start tracking your finances. Know where your important documents are. Create an emergency plan, even if you never use it. I cannot agree more than this. I think the people of YouTube, when I was going through my situation and they said, you better be protecting your finances and your important documents and have an emergency plan, I didn't think I'd need it. Let me just tell you, I did. I needed it. They come at you for your finances like crazy. They will try to steal everything you have from you and leave you with nothing. Even when they're gone, they will leave you their bills so you can pay for them. And before you say, oh no, you wouldn't do that. Well, guess what? If their name is on the mortgage and you're on it too, guess what? They're not going to pay for it. And to tell you the truth, the legal area doesn't force them to pay you back. It is crazy. So make sure your documents are there, because they're going to try to leave you stranded. Emergency plan is you need to get out as fast as you can once they go all kind of rogue on you. Number 6, reclaim small joys. Start one hobby again. Call one friend. Rehearse being lovable apart from them. This is such a beautiful thing because when he left, and now that I'm healing, I am picking up hobbies. I know some of you are not going to say this is a hobby, but it's okay. Jogging. And I'll tell you why. For the longest time, I begged in my marriage, let's go jogging, That way we're healthy and strong. I got told no. I work a lot, and now you want me to go out there and get more tired? No. That was his response. I love biking, and every time I even got matching partner bikes, and he would say the same thing, no. And then I picked up painting, watercolor. I love it. It is amazing what you can make with just a little bit of water and paint and a lot of imagination. It makes you feel happy. And there's such a great, huge community on YouTube of watercoloring. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And guess what I got? A recorder. I know that weird whistly thing when we were little and we would play a recorder. Guess what? It also says it helps you out with your breathing and your anxiety and stress. Why? Because you are putting in all that breathing, which helps out. And I'm going to do it. Why? Because I think it's important. I feel great. So let's move on to the next thing here. Oh, call a friend. Friend, they make you laugh, they make you cry, or they help you shift your mentality to something different. That helps tremendously. Next, set spiritual boundaries. If your faith community is shaming you, it's time to find a leader who values safety and truth. Scripture honors justice and dignity. I want you to know how important this one is, because I got told many times that Jesus loves everybody. And so, la-di-da, if he comes, we will still accept him. And I was like, wait a minute. So you're not going to hold him accountable for the amount of toxicity and hurt that he put me through and abuse. I said, so you're just going to let him come with his new partner and you're going to have open arms? And they're like, yeah. I was like, something's wrong. I need to move. And it's true, because you know what? God does love people, but he doesn't love the things that go against the commands that he has given us. He's there to help us, but he also says if the person has chosen and doesn't want to come back, no matter how many people have spoken to him, you got to let him go, because he's a non-believer and he has chosen his path, or their path, I guess you would say, because I'm saying it because it's on my part, but whoever is listening, you know who they are. So I think it's important to find your scriptures. Go ahead, start reading them. If you're a Christian, you will find so many truths on there. And you know what? Why not? For my non-Christian people, I invite you to open it up. Why? I had a uncle who just thought the Bible was a great book. That was it. And he thought it had great information and stuff like that. And I don't think he ever became a Christian, but that's on him. Why? Because remember, God gives us free will. But I really do believe that there's so much there for us. It's amazing. Pick up self-help books. I do too. Why? Because it's good to also know what our fellow humans say about getting better. 8, practice no in low-stake moments. Strengthen your boundary muscle where the risk is small. Yeah, they gave you the wrong drink, wrong sandwich, whatever. No, that's not what I ordered. This is what I want. It feels so great. I know you might laugh, but it's amazing when you've always been a yes person. 9, professional help. Find a therapist or a support group experienced in trauma or relational abuse. 10. Give yourself permission to grieve. Walking away often looks like death and birth. Grief for the life you imagined, relief for the life you can build. The hardest thing is to actually grieve someone who's alive. And you grieve the person that they pretended to be, and then you're left with the abusive person that's left behind. It is the weirdest thing to have to go through. None of these steps require you to rush. They require you to be honest. Let's move on to the next one. Ooh, I have some guided clarity mini meditation. So this is going to be good. Sit down, relax, and enjoy. Let's take a short guided clarity practice together. You don't need to do more than sit comfortably and then enjoy. Start by taking 3 deep breaths. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Pause through those breaths, and it will help. As you breathe, bring to mind the relationship that is causing you this heaviness or situation. See it as a structure, maybe a house, a tower, or a Jenga set you built. Ask yourself with curiosity, not blame, which part of this structure is steady and which part are supported. Now imagine a gentle light, like a lantern. Walk around the structure. Notice which beams are rotten, which are missing, which are still strong. You don't have to act right now. You're just observing. As you observe, say softly to yourself, I'm learning to see. I'm allowed to choose safety. God sees me. I am enough. If you notice shame or the voice that says you should have tried harder, thank that voice for trying to keep you safe and tell it gently. I hear you. I'm choosing differently now. Now bring forward one small, practical next step you can take this week. Something you can do that is kind to your future self. Call a friend. Set one boundary. Make an appointment. See yourself completing that step. Feel the small relief ripple through you. Finish with 3 more deep breaths. When you're ready, open your eyes. Hold a sense that you can return to this lantern and these facts anytime you need them. 3 more breaths. This one's another one that I think will be nice for you. I have some journal prompts for you so you can start feeling better. And as I promised at the top, here are 10 clarity journal prompts to help you process this week. These are for private writing. Don't share them unless you want to. Take one a day or pick the ones that land. Here we go. Number 1, describe the pattern you notice in this relationship in 3 to 5 sentences. Include dates or habits if you can. 2, when did you first notice you were changing to fit someone else? What did you give up? 3, list 3 things you value in a relationship. Are those values being honored here? 4. Write what you feared would happen if you left. Then write how likely each fear is from 1 to 10. Name one boundary. 5. Name one boundary you can set this week. How will you enforce it? 6. Who in your life can be a safe witness to your story? What would you ask them to do? 7. Describe a small joy you've neglected. How can you reclaim it this week? 8. Write a compassionate letter to your past self who stayed. What would you say? 9. If God sees justice and dignity is important, how does that change the way you interpret staying? 10. What would your life look like in 6 months if you chose safety and truth? Paint that picture. I think it's still important for you to keep going. Let's move on here. I think all of this that I've shared has been truly something important. I think it's time to see the clarity that you can do better in life. Once you answer those questions, it brings so much to the table, and you'll be able to understand what you need in your life. This is just a sample of my clarity questions that I will give you, and I will have here future spots available where you can book them with me. I can work with you and try to get you the result that you want. Why? Because remember, you've always had it in you. You just need someone to help you and guide you to get where you need to go. I think it's really important to have that, so then that way you can move forward. Thank you for being here. If this episode helped you, please share it with someone or a friend who needs permission to choose safety. Leave a review. Your voice tells others they aren't alone. Next week, I'll find another beautiful thing that we can do to keep moving forward. Why? Because we need practical steps to find community, faith, and work that honors us. It's important. You are not a failure for surviving. You are not disposable. You are made for dignity. Go gently, be brave, and I'll be with you in the next episode. Remember, go ahead, leave a comment on there. And just for a reminder, so you know that there is a beautiful disclaimer. The podcast is for informational and inspirational purposes only. I'm not a licensed therapist, counselor, or medical professional, and the content shared here is based on personal experiences and insights. If you're facing significant challenges, please seek the support of a qualified professional. Remember, your journey is unique, and you deserve the care and guidance that's right for you. Thank you so much. Remember, you're important, and I'm here for you.